In a sleek Manhattan skyscraper, the conference room of Nexus Innovations buzzed with panic. For 48 hours, a $1.2 billion software system, 3 years in development, had been frozen, bleeding millions with each tick of the clock. Engineers in tailored suits stared helplessly at the screens, their algorithms unraveling. CEO Marcus Reynolds slammed his fist on the glass table, his voice a low growl. "We've got the best minds in New York here, and no one can fix this?" Tucked in the corner, 22-year-old Amara Thompson clutched a manila envelope, her mother's forgotten payroll documents. Layla, the cleaning woman who'd scrubbed these offices for 17 years, had asked Amara to drop them off. Now she was an invisible witness to the company's chaos. Her dark eyes scanned the code projected on the screen, her heart racing, not from nerves, but from recognition. In seconds, she spotted it, a misplaced semicolon in line 429 of the encryption module, triggering an infinite loop. "Excuse me," Amara said, her voice soft but steady, raising a trembling hand. The room turned, eyes narrowing. Cynthia Hargrove, the steely CTO, scoffed. "Who are you?" Her tone dripped with condescension, her Ivy League pedigree practically glowing behind her. "I'm Amara. My mom works here. I just came to deliver papers, but I think I see the issue." Laughter rippled through the room. CFO Edward Klein smirked. "This system's worth more than most countries' economies, kid. We don't need guesses from someone without a degree." Amara's chest tightened, the sting of dismissal familiar. She'd faced it at 16 when a scholarship to a prestigious tech institute was snatched away by her mother's leukemia diagnosis. Medical bills and caregiving had buried her dreams, but late nights studying coding forums and open-source projects under the pseudonym Code Vanguard had honed her skills. "It's line 429, she said, voice firm. A semicolon's missing." Amara's small smile hid a lifetime of proving herself, but as whispers of her feet spread, so did suspicion. The next day, Cynthia called a closed-door meeting. "That girl had no business being there," she hissed, her office overlooking the Hudson River. "She must have accessed the code through her mother's after-hours cleaning." Edward nodded. "No way someone like her just saw that error." They didn't know Amara had taught herself coding in hospital waiting rooms, her laptop glowing as Layla slept through chemo. Her online alias, Code Vanguard, was a legend in global coding communities, her solutions shaping systems that Nexus itself used. But to them, she was just a nobody. Silence choked the room. Lead developer Sanjay Patel checked the code, his jaw dropping. "She's right." Within minutes, Amara's fix revived the system. A billion-dollar crisis, solved in 30 seconds by the cleaner's daughter. Marcus's gaze lingered on her, unreadable, while Cynthia and Edward exchanged furious glances. Amara's small smile hid a lifetime of proving herself, but as whispers of her feet spread, so did suspicion. The next day, Cynthia called a closed-door meeting. "That girl had no business being there," she hissed, her office overlooking the Hudson River. "She must have accessed the code through her mother's after-hours cleaning." Edward nodded. "No way someone like her just saw that error." They didn't know Amara had taught herself coding in hospital waiting rooms, her laptop glowing as Leela slept through chemo. Her online alias, Code Vanguard, was a legend in global coding communities, her solution shaping systems Nexus itself used. But to them, she was just a nobody. 3 days later, Cynthia summoned Amara to her office, its minimalist decor screaming power. "We need to discuss your involvement," Cynthia said, her smile cold. "Unauthorized access to confidential systems is serious." Amara's heart sank, but she held steady. "I only saw what was on the screen, Miss Hargrove. I've studied coding for years." Cynthia laughed, sharp and cruel. "Studied? Where? Some community college?" The words cut, echoing the high school counselor who'd suggested Amara aim lower because of her background. "No degree," Amara admitted, "but knowledge doesn't need a diploma." Edward chimed in. "There's a hierarchy here for a reason. People like you don't just stroll in and solve billion-dollar problems." "People like me," Amara repeated, her calm masking a fire. She'd faced this before. Teachers, bosses, neighbors who saw her skin and her mother's job and assumed she was less. "Thank you for clarifying," she said, standing. At the door, she turned, her smile sharp. "I'll keep this private, as you prefer." That night, helping Leela with her medication, Amara's resolve hardened. Leela, frail but sharp, squeezed her hand. "You're quiet, baby. What's wrong?" Amara kissed her forehead. "Just people underestimating me, Mom. They'll learn." On her laptop, Code Vanguard's profile glowed, years of contributions to open-source projects respected by developers worldwide. Amara had also absorbed Nexus's inner workings through Leela's stories of office politics. Every slight, every sneer from Cynthia and Edward was fuel. Knowledge was her weapon. Patience was her strategy. A week later, a twist shook her. While sorting files in Cynthia's office, Amara found emails about a staff optimization plan, layoffs targeting the engineers who'd failed to fix the system. Cynthia stood to gain a $150,000 bonus per cut, a clear ethics violation. Amara snapped photos with her phone, a skill honed by helping Leela document workplace abuses.
"There's no explanation," Amara said, turning to the cameras. "This company's been poisoned by theft and bias. I'm here to prove talent doesn't need a degree or a pedigree, just a chance." The auditorium erupted in applause. Cynthia's career collapsed in real time, her face ashen. Edward was escorted out, his phone buzzing with legal calls. Layla's tears shone with pride as Amara stepped off the stage, unbroken. 6 months later, Amara sat in her new office as Nexus's director of ethical technology. Cynthia faced federal charges for labor violations, her reputation ruined. Edward, bankrupted by fines, worked at a small firm. Sanjay, grappling with guilt, left Nexus but sent Amara a letter of apology, vowing to advocate for fairness. Marcus, transformed, championed Amara's bias-free algorithms, boosting productivity by 45%. Layla, now in top-tier care, watched her daughter shine. At a tech conference, Amara spoke to aspiring coders. "Anger burns you out," she said. "Knowledge and patience build empires." Her Code Rising initiative trained hundreds from marginalized communities, reshaping tech's future. Cynthia, watching from a rented Brooklyn flat, saw the cost of her arrogance. Amara, once invisible, had rewritten the rules, proving that underestimating someone could cost everything, and that true power lies in turning prejudice into progress.